Hello, everyone. My name is James Seals. I am your student's physical science teacher, and today we're just going to do a brief overview of the course. So a little bit about myself. Again, my name is James Seals. I graduated with a bachelor's degree in physics from Georgia State University and completed my research on the evolution of active galactic nuclei. My primary interest and focus is physics, science, and astronomy. I particularly like studying the way that black holes and other megastructures in space affect the larger galaxies that they're in, the way that those galaxies then evolve, and all that fun stuff. So whenever I can, I try to bring topics or space topics in the discussion because students tend to like it, but I do my best to make sure it's not too far over their heads. I've been teaching here at Cambridge for 4 years and hopefully will continue to do so. So a little about this class. Generally, each class starts with a brief lecture that goes over key definitions and a few notes that I think are important for the student. We then follow that up with some practice problems for examples for what they should be prepared for tests and things like that. And then students are sent out to work on their own and ask questions as needed. This is what we call our asynchronous time. And during this time, students are expected to actually be doing their work. There will always be an assignment posted for them to turn in by the end of the day. And if the students need any help, the chat is always still open. The video call is still open, I mean. So they can just come right back and ask me questions, work out anything. But really the goal here is for your students to make sure that they're doing their best with their work on their own before they come to ask me, because obviously they're not going to have me for the test, and I want to make sure that they are most prepared as possible. But whenever we have that extra time that I send them off, they are always welcome to come back to the call and get some assistance on their own if they would like. Also, if they would like more assistance, they can set up time during office hours, and I'll cover that a little bit more in a moment. So successful students not only follow along with my lecture, but they should feel comfortable completing problems on their own before a test comes along. So there's not too much too much math problems that need to be done in this course. A lot of the problems are a lot more conceptual, but we'll always give them a lot of example problems for preparing for their tests, and they should make sure that they can work through these problems on their own. It's always good to come ask the teacher questions if they need help, but they should do their best to make sure that they can complete it on their own, because obviously I'm not going to be available to answer all of their questions during a test. Clearly, again, if they need assistance with anything, they can come back to a call whenever we give them asynchronous time, or they can set up a time during office hours. But the goal here is for them to work on self-sufficiency and how they can help themselves be the most successful. So students should make sure that they complete all the guided note sheets. Those will be given at the beginning of each of the periods where we're going to go over notes. They should also complete all practice problems, which oftentimes we will work many of the practice problems together. And if they need any help, they should just make sure that they ask either during asynchronous time or set up a time during office hours. The best way to contact me is going to be through email. My email is sealsje@fultonschools.org. Teams only accepts users with email addresses ending at fcsstu.org. Therefore, all of your students' important emails will be sent to their school-sanctioned account. That is the account that the school has given to all students. If your student does not have access to the account, I would recommend that they contact IT to make sure that they can, or else they won't be able to attend their classes, submit their assignments, all that fun stuff. If you would like to view their teams, you will also need to view it through their account, so you should talk to them about how you can get your access. The physical science schedule, that's a little bit of a typo. Sixth period is from 1:35 p.m. to 2:20 p.m. and the seventh period is from 2:30 p.m. to 3:15. Again, what is most important is that your student makes sure that they are there for about the first 15 to 20 minutes of class, because that's when I go over my lecture notes and practice problems. And the remainder of the time for most classes will be for asynchronous work. However, that is subject to change based on what we're working on. So some of the units that we'll cover in physical science are going to include safety, atomic structure and periodic table, chemical reactions and properties of matter, waves, and electricity and magnetism. These first 3 units essentially comprise semester 1, and these last 3 are going to comprise semester 2. Waves is in 2 parts because we discuss it in terms of sound and light. Weekly lesson plans are going to be posted to the lessons plan channel of your students' periods. Assignments are attached to the meeting announcement post as well as the assignment tab of your students' period. You will need to access the channel through your student account if you would like to see their assignments. If you ever need assistance locating these channels, please send me an email and I am happy to assist. So I know that the Teams channels are a little bit complicated. Hopefully your students have started to figure them out at this point. But if you would like to view those teams through their accounts and you're ever confused about anything, please just shoot me an email again at sealsje@fultonschools.org, and I'm happy to walk you through how you can find that information. So some of the things that are going to be important for this class is making sure that your student has paper, pencils, and perhaps a calculator. Oftentimes they will not need a calculator too often in this class. We do some very basic algebra, but they should make sure that they have those things on hand. Other than that, they've all been given instructions about how they can access their online textbook. So if they need any assistance on how to do that, please, again, just shoot me an email and I will point them in the right direction. So again, if you need any assistance with anything, please email me at sealsje@fultonschools.org. Hopefully we all have a wonderful year and I hope you have a wonderful day.